Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. And if this is your first time, well, welcome to the channel, and I hope you find this information useful. So today's topic is safety in Mexico. Okay, now Mexico is one of the most visited countries in the world. Okay, and it receives about 40 million tourists per year. So the short answer is yes, Mexico is very safe to travel and safe to live. But what happens is it gets overshadowed by, news coverage of, oh, there was a shooting here, and then the cartel, and then somebody got kidnapped, and this, that, and the third, and people get a little scared. And I can understand that, but a lot of people need to see on the surface that those things are overplayed, overhyped. And we're gonna break it down. I'm gonna give you a couple of variables so you can understand that a lot of the danger that presents itself in this country is very avoidable. It's very avoidable, and think about it. There's 130 million Mexicans, so not all Mexicans live with these problems. The vast majority of the population of Mexico does not worry about these violent situations. So we're gonna break it down and let you know exactly how it is. So let's begin with the first one. So cartel violence, that is what you see. I mean, you can type in cartel and the first thing will pop up, Mexico or Colombia, one of those, and people see that and they think that they're going to be affected by it in your average day-to-day life. Listen, you as a tourist, or even if you decide to live here permanently, will never have to deal with that unless you got into some shady dealings with that whole illegal trade of substances, then I don't know. But any average person living their average life will not have to worry about any problems with the cartel. Cartels do not care about you. They don't care about the day-to-day people. They got things, whatever. They're not worried about you. You don't pose a threat to them. You're invisible to them. And if you're a tourist, one thing that you may not know is that in Mexico, cartels protect tourists because tourists bring in the money, and a lot of them have local businesses and they launder that money and this, that, and the third. So there's a price to pay if you're messing with if you rob somebody in a cartel's territory. So yeah, that's one thing. Now, I'm not condoning cartels, I'm not, but that's the reality of the situation here in Mexico, okay? So that's something you do not have to worry about. I'm telling you right now. Forget about cartels, forget about all that stuff, because I know that's the most that people see in terms of negativity and bad news coverage regarding safety in Mexico. So just get that out your mind. You're going to be good to go, especially as a tourist. You're good. Trust me. And I'm on the ground. I've been living in Mexico for over 2 years. I've been around the country. So, I can share my experience, how it is. And it's just, it's not what people think it is. This is a great country. And as long as you can apply any common sense that you would in your hometown or any other part of the world, then the same applies here. So cartel, forget about it. You don't got to worry about it here. They're not going to bother you, and you probably will never encounter any of them. Now let's talk about petty theft and small-time robberies like pickpockets and things like that. That is also very rare, and while it does occur in some tourist places like Cancun, Tulum, Playa del Carmen, other famous places, that can be avoided by being smart. Just be smart. Don't flash large sums of money or walk around with jewelry or expensive clothes and things like that and make yourself look like a target. Just like that. A lot of these crimes that happen on the street where people get pickpocketed and stuff like that, or get their phones snatched and things like that, can be avoided by paying attention to your surroundings. And don't make dumb moves. You know what I mean? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Now, I understand that anything can happen at any given time of the day, at any given location in the world. It's true. You're never 100% safe from anything. But it's very easy to avoid that. So let's say you're walking on the beach in Cancun and, you got, I don't know, whatever. You're feeling it, you're having fun, and you see some suspicious characters, just stray away from them, go the other way, don't show any valuables, don't look like a target, and look like you know where you're going. No matter where you are, if the place looks dodgy, look like you know where you're going, even if you don't. Because people are not going to look at you as a target because you look like you're just passing by. You're not lost, looking everywhere, fiddling around with your phone. Don't give them a reason to make you a target. And if you're coming from the U.S. like I'm from, then you'll know there's parts of the U.S. like, don't go there. Southside Chicago, no, don't go there. Parts of Detroit, Miami, Los Angeles, New York, don't go there. So any place, and you can go to any major city of Mexico City. You can go to Guadalajara, where I live. Tijuana, different places like that, and be just fine. And a lot of people overhype situations, and that's another thing that I see with some YouTubers that overhype it, and people in these how can I say, expat groups on Facebook, and they just go on and just fear mongering. So no, those types of things can be easily avoided. Just be smart, just that's all it is. Be smart. Don't flash expensive stuff. Don't walk around with large sums of cash and extra expensive things you don't need, and those things will not happen to you, I promise. So a few tips about how to be safe in Mexico, whether you're just visiting or whether you're planning on staying. And I think these are helpful. Like I said, I've traveled around, I've felt the environments, I've seen how things go. I always do my research. So here we go. Places to avoid, like certain regions, would be Tabasco. A lot of violence, a lot of craziness going on over there. Places along the US and Mexico border, like, Ciudad Juarez. I'm sure we all know what's going on over there. Parts of Tijuana, you can go to Tijuana safely, but it still has its issues. And other parts going along Nuevo Leon, where Monterrey is located in that state, and other places around there, especially close to Tamaulipas. And avoid Tamaulipas is absolutely, it's nuts over there. But other than that, you can be safe in big cities like Mexico City. Of course, there are places in Mexico City to avoid, but it's very easy. Just do a little bit of research. And if a place looks dodgy, then get out of there. And really the places in Mexico City that you want to visit, they're really not going to be any areas that are dangerous to you. So, I mean, it's not going to be a thing. Here in Guadalajara, very easy to be safe. I've never felt threatened. I've never felt in danger anywhere in this country, in this city. And a lot of people give, Guadalajara and Jalisco a bad rap because of the whole cartel thing, but I've never felt unsafe. And everybody, but I mean, most people live here every day without consequence. So big cities, okay, like I said, avoid the border cities, avoid like Tabasco, certain parts of Veracruz is very unstable. And when you're in Cancun, when you're in Tulum, just be vigilant because they've had a rise in violence over there. And I can make a whole other video about that. So those places are very beautiful on the Caribbean coast, but just keep your wits about you while you're there and apply the same knowledge as I told you earlier, and don't make yourself look like a target. Other than that, I mean, you will be just fine here in Mexico. As a matter of fact, there are some cities in Mexico that are safer than in the US and Canada. I know, it's a shocker, right? But it's the truth, it's the truth. So don't let the negative perceptions of Mexico that you may see in the media or on TV or in the news or whatever it is deter you from exploring this beautiful country. Okay, because it's definitely worth seeing. I recommend it highly, and I'm on the ground here, so I can see what's going on day to day, keep up with everything, and that's why I'm here to help you all. And yeah, so that's the basic breakdown. I don't want to make this video too long. I just want to let you know it's not what you think it is, if you thought it was more than what it is. But thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking on the video. Subscribe, like the video. I got more great content about Mexico. We're going to be exploring Latin America. I give you tips on everything, living here, traveling around. I show you different things. So if you like that, you're landing on the right channel. I'm about to be out of here and get my workout on, but you all stay safe out there, and new video coming soon. Until then, peace.